Welcome back to the channel, y'all. This was just another week in trucking to where I had to make the most of it with what I had. And yeah, y'all see on the screen, anything that I didn't mention in the beginning of the video, I will further elaborate throughout the video.
People who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you die for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're going to change who you are. You're going to change. You can't do the same things that you can't hate.
I don't know how to start this video because there's so much that I want to talk about, but I don't want to speak on it too soon to you all because I really do prefer to have things established and set in stone before I announce it. But what I can say from the last video, this gum is the best one. It is sugar free, and this one is like taking a shot of espresso for my night riders who just want a quick pick me up. The other two gums I was familiar with, but they're sweeter. This one, yeah, compared to the Alani drinks are perfectly fine for me, but it's only one flavor I like, the mocha one, and they don't never have them. But this one, if you are with the protein gains, this does great justice. I did try FLATBED, I did, and this week was an eventful week in which it taught me why I value being an owner-operator in my equipment so much. This adjustment has been much more rough than I have been projecting to you all, because I don't like to come off negative or discuss too many of my issues, because it's really mine. It's really my problems, you know. And my bad, I'm waiting for someone, so I got a point of contact that I needed. I think this is my last year driving. Yeah, and when I told the one person who I thought would understand, he literally regurgitated or repeated or said what it was and why it was that, and I didn't even tell him why, but it was kind of weird because I don't be understanding how they know certain things. But yeah, I think this is my last year driving. I'm over it. I'm over the industry. I'm over the lowballing. I'm over the lack of appreciation. I'm over the fact that truckers are very important. This industry is very important than what people make it out, what people would make it out to be. It's I think I'm over it. So I have two offers for my truck, in which I decided I'm gonna just sell it. On my Instagram, I already said that I sold it, but that's how my faith works. I want my truck to be sold for a certain amount, but because the motor is locked and it's not movable, I don't know if I'll get that amount that I want. But I've taken great care of it, and I have all my receipts and paperwork on it. So that is that. I already started looking for other lines of employment of where I want to be, what I want to do, and there's someone I know. He is, oh, you should come work with me, yada yada yada. And I told him, maybe you can't afford me. And that's not no shade, no shots of who's working with him. My work ethic is super strong, and I want a certain type of lifestyle. I'm a minimalistic, simple young woman, but I do like nice things. I don't have to have them, but I want a certain type of condo. I want certain type of vehicles. I like shoes. It's just I like certain things that make me feel good, that make me happy. And once a person has accumulated a certain tax bracket within the trucking industry, the stability that they have, is very difficult to go backwards. It is. As for anyone watching me. And yeah, so I really think this is my last year. Am I 1000% sure? Not 1000%, but getting off of my soapbox, I do want to clarify some things. It is my dispatcher who books these heavy loads that's 40K plus, and I did mention I don't like speaking on certain things too soon unless they're set in stone. That's with family as well. Unless I'm in a relationship, which I'm no longer not, I will feel obligated to confide within my partner.
See the other side is tightening up? See that?
Yes, may the good Lord bless Ken, a colleague of mine. Y'all heard him for yourselves telling me about tightening the ratchets a little bit better. And he was the one to guide me and assist me in strapping and securing this load, in which the first flatbed load I had no experience. You know, I really did want to like flatbed, I did, but with that load, the heat in that day, and not being able to, like, straps were breaking while I was driving. It was tough. After strapping and securing everything, I found out these two tires were flat. When I picked up the trailer in Salisbury, North Carolina, they were fine. I guess with all the pressure and everything, the valves, it was just leaking air. It was bad. But this Monday was the only day that I did this load. The opportunity was presented to me to make a certain amount of money for like 200 miles in one day, 2 of these loads. I did it because of proximity, only like 30 miles to Statesville from where it picked up, and it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't. 60-inch concrete pipes, around 41,000 pounds, only 4 of them. Y'all see in the corner, that was the first flatbed load compared to this. I didn't mind it at all. And once I dropped off the drive-in trailer on that last Virginia load, I ended up doing this. At some point, once I had to swap out trailers for safety reasons, I managed to make my way up to Chantilly, Virginia. Smoky kebab, you have to try it. Of course, we gotta do self-care, especially when we have loads going home. This particular nail salon, they will offer you all types of drinks and you will leave there tipsy. End up having soda, which I did not need to have. But when we do things that make us feel good, we look good. I enjoy self-care, pampering type of treatments. Have to have it. Have to. This is the truck stop that was in the beginning of the video in Salisbury, North Carolina. When I say drivers have to create their own parking spots just to fulfill their rest break, you have to do what you have to do and just hope nobody come wakes you up at the wrong time. That's why I've always, throughout my almost 7 years of driving, preferred driving at night. Not just for parking. I just like riding peacefully at night. But one thing I wanted to clarify about the whole lowballing portion, the drivers are lowballing each other so much that I don't see it changing next week or 3 months, in which why I feel like, you know, my time is coming to an end. And it's sad because here's the thing. There was a USPS mail run that I had. Those loads, even for 200 miles, I promise you, they can pay or should be paying like $750 plus $800 just for 200 miles. Sounds crazy, right? But those mail runs, they pay. These loads are posted on the board for $500. So you'll have a driver who accepts it less than just because they want to get moving. I wanted a short run, and I ended up negotiating something of $575. When I get to Greenville, South Carolina from Greensboro, one of the drivers who asked me a question, he said, "Yo, how much that load pay you?" I told him $575. He ended up taking that load for $500, and he had a full truckload. I had less than half. Personally, I would have taken it for $750, but because I just wanted something to move and it was an area of where I wanted to be, I took it. If a broker is going to offer you less than and you accept it, that's just what it's going to be. Even these heavy loads that are 40K plus, trying to pay you $500 for 300 miles on a heavy load, I'm telling you, the drivers are doing it to themselves. So let's go ahead and head back up north. Back up north, maybe 3 hours of where I'm supposed to deliver, I break down. I already knew the time was coming, and this is why it makes me feel like I can't work for no one else. This truck has had transmission problems since I can remember having it. And personally, my preference are the manuals because I have better controls. But I'm not a last minute person in trying to fix things that I know are actually wrong.
And I do want to say this. I don't like when, especially men, don't take initiative. That blows me to the core, because, and this will also stem from this, sometimes women won't speak on certain things. Sometimes women won't communicate as effectively as we want to, because it's either we always complaining or nitpicking about something. But genuinely, people vent. People misinterpret different aspects of communication, and that's why I just shut down lines of communication. Not everything is a complaint. You know, treat people how you want to be treated. If not, it will come back to you in different forms, in different ways. I didn't want to say that.
2024, K-Dub, tow truck, spacious, clean, nice. Tow driver, super cool. From 8 a.m. that morning to 9 p.m. at night, it took Virginia State Police, to get my company to get me off of the highway, because, you know, Virginia State Police always got something to prove. And being in a work zone, you're in violation. So I ended up getting told to exit 118, the truck stop, from 133. Finally heading to the crib. When I say one of the longest weekends, oh, my mind, I'm telling you. I will not bash this company. I don't have nothing bad to say about them. Besides, they're cheap, but they're super honest, and they allow me to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that is one of the biggest benefits about working here. If your work ethic is strong, you do as you please, in a sense. But I will not allow or tolerate no one to jeopardize my safety after I've already reiterated that this transmission is going to give at some point. It's going to give out, you know? So a good friend of mine, he knows once I'm fed up, I'm out. I don't play about my life, and I won't allow nobody else to play about my life. I value my life, and I value my safety.
So I'm going to say this to y'all, especially for the people who allow companies to control their lives. Don't ever allow any company, any business to make you feel like you can't have time off, to make you feel like you can't walk away. Someone else will hire you, because at the end of the day, we are all replaceable, even me. Sometimes we are literally just a number. Yeah, some places they may know you by name. They may give you certain quarterly bonuses or employee incentives, XYZ, all these great things, all these perks, all these incentives. But at the end of the day, no one is going to value your safety more than you. No one's going to value your life more than you first. And then it could possibly be someone else you're in a relationship with. They may value your life just as much as they value their own life. But when it comes to business, it don't take but so much that I'm not going to allow no one to jeopardize my safety, my life, or make me feel like you're not taking certain things as serious as I'm taking them. So when it's time to move, you move. Don't question it. Don't doubt it. Do not listen to the non-supportive, negative, mind-limiting individuals, because a lot of times when we share certain things with people and they always revert to something negative immediately, that's a limitation within their mindset. I promise you it is. Me, I just learned to keep quiet and go work on the next investment, or go come out and shine with the next vehicle or the next degree or the next business pursuit, whatever. Like, I have just learned to just continue to do what I used to do as a teenager. And people always used to be like crazy, like, dang, why you tell me XYZ? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of discussing things that I know that I'm capable of doing when I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So me just telling you was kind of more so like, hey, courtesy. It comes to that point when we're driven in a certain way within our lives, and we just know that we are capable and able to do certain things. It's within our mind and how we think of ourselves within our lives. So when it's time to move, you move. Don't doubt, don't question it. And it's okay to move in silence.